In this video, we'll go over the basics of firewood. We'll cover different types and species of wood, how to determine if your wood is dry and seasoned, as well as the best methods to store and use your firewood. The first thing to go over is the difference between hardwoods and softwoods. Softwood comes from single-stemmed evergreen trees with needles. These are also called conifers. Hardwood comes from multi-stemmed deciduous trees with wide leaves. These are also called broadleaves. There are various exceptions to these rules about hardwoods and softwoods, but they're mainly true. The most common types of softwoods are Douglas fir, true firs, spruce, pine, cedar, and hemlock. The most common types of hardwoods are oak, ash, maple, and alder. In most cases, you can count on hardwoods to be denser than softwoods, and therefore contain more heat. But this isn't always true. Pound for pound, each type of firewood contains about the same amount of energy as any other type. But some types are much heavier than others. When researching firewood, you can't get very far without coming across the acronym BTU. A BTU, or British Thermal Unit, is the amount of energy it takes to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water by 1 degree Fahrenheit. With all that information, let's go check out different types of firewood. This is oak, the king of firewood here in central western Oregon. Oak supplies about 24 million BTUs per cord. This is maple, the favorite firewood of many. Maple supplies about 19 million BTUs per cord. This is alder. Light and easy to handle, alder supplies about 15 million BTUs per cord. This is Doug fir. While most softwoods supply about 14 million BTUs per cord, Doug fir comes in first at 17 million. Softwoods generally burn hotter and faster than hardwoods. They're great for lighting fires and creating a quick bed of coals. Hardwoods generally burn longer than softwoods and are great for keeping your house warm over those cold, rainy nights. The next thing to go over is what a cord of wood is. A cord is 128 cubic feet of stacked firewood, or 180 cubic feet of loose firewood. Here at the LC Firewood Company, we stockpile all of our firewood in quarter cord size bags. The amount of firewood consumed by a household varies widely and is dependent upon a number of factors. In Western Oregon, your average wood-burning family consumes about 4 cords of firewood per year. The next thing to cover is how to determine if your wood is dry enough to burn. When wood is freshly cut, it may be around 50% moisture content. The industry standard for seasoned wood is 20%. Here at the LC Firewood Company, we aim for 15% or less. There are several methods you can use to determine if your wood is dry enough to burn. The first is weight. Seasoned wood is always much lighter than green wood of the same type. The second method is the bark. The bark of seasoned wood is often missing or easily removed. The third method is sound. Seasoned wood makes a hollow clink, like bowling pins. The fourth method is cracks. Seasoned wood often contains cracks at both ends. While these methods are useful in determining whether or not your wood is ready to burn, there's only one sure way of determining the moisture content of your firewood. For that, you'll need an axe and a moisture meter. First, find some large pieces of firewood near the center of your pile or stack. Then, touch your moisture meter to the freshly split face. This Douglas fir is at 7% moisture content. This alder is at 6% moisture content. This oak is still at 21% moisture content. Lastly, we'll cover how to store your firewood and how to build a great fire. Storing your firewood properly isn't complicated. Just make sure your woodshed is dry and well ventilated. Direct sunlight is always a plus. There are many methods to build a great fire, and we'll cover just one. First, gather your tinder. Paper and dryer lint work great. Next, grab your kindling. Any small pieces of firewood or bark will work fine. Then grab your small fuel and your large fuel. Add a piece of large fuel to the back of your stove. Add your tinder, your kindling, and your small fuel. Next, the fun part. Go ahead and light your fire. When you've got a good bed of coals, begin adding your large fuel and enjoy the heat. That's how easy lighting a fire with seasoned wood can be. Trying to light a fire with unseasoned wood is a different experience altogether, one that we wouldn't wish on anyone. Buy your firewood from a reputable supplier. Don't be afraid to ask about the dimensions of the delivery vehicle and about the moisture content of the firewood.